in the yacht Fantazia. She's a 2005 Switch 55 built at Sud Composite Shipyard in the south of France. The yard was very well known for creating high-end boutique performance cats. They built several, I think approximately 18 of the Switch 51s, and they built 3 of these 55s. They are a larger boat in every respect. This boat here has a single helm at the bulkhead. Switch made some of their boats with dual helms aft, like the Katanas, and then they did others with a single bulkhead helm that can be dodgered off, as this one is here. Fantazia is already circumnavigated. She was first owned by an Australian who sailed her around the world, and her current owner purchased her about 3.5 years ago with the intent of preparing her to sail around the world again. He had already circumnavigated on another boat, but unfortunately after getting the refit done ended up having some severe issues with his health and is no longer able to complete his circumnavigation, hence the sale of the boat. I'm now in the main salon. All of the woodwork in the boat is real wood veneer with foam sandwich. It's all handmade. On the port side of the main saloon, you see there's an office space with storage, plotter, and all the information required to navigate and pilot the boat. And then as you turn, you've got a huge U-shaped galley that's built into the aft end of the salon. I'll walk back so you can get a better picture of it. It's quite large. A lot of drawers and shelving, and then this window here completely slides open up, and so that you can pass food out into the aft cockpit, and it really opens the space up. You've got a large oven, and then a 3-burner stove with pot holders, and then you've got one refrigerator freezer in the galley itself. And then when we go down into the porthole, you'll see that we've got 2 more fridge freezer units. So again, now I'm panning back across. It's a really large L-shaped salon. The table can drop down to become kind of like a bed space, which is really nice. And then directly opposite the galley, you have another L-shaped couch. The cushions are in really good shape. They're in brown Alcantara, that soft leather that's quite nice. And as you can see, she's got a lot of light and visibility. I have the UV screens on the outside covered on the windows because it's sunny and it would bring in a bit too much glare as we're trying to do the photography. But she's really quite light and open. As you can see, the woodwork is really quite lovely. And as I walk down the stairs, I'm going into the starboard hull, and immediately upon entering the floor and turning right aft, you see the large after suite. They're queen-size beds. You have a large opening hatch over the beds, and you also have 2 ports, opening ports in the sides of the hull, and then a couple of storage cabinets underneath, and a very large opening to the bulkhead. So it's a quite comfortable, spacious cabin. Then I'm turning around, and then just forward there's a small office with a fold-out chair, little nav area, storage area. And then I'm looking up the hallway now, all the way forward. On the starboard hull. And then actually right when you get to the bottom of the stairs here, you'll see a doorway. As I open up this doorway, you have a toilet and sink, separate private toilet and sink, with an overhead deck hatch to it. And as I close the door, I turn directly across the hallway. On the interior side of the hallway, there is a door and a full shower. So you have a separate shower and a separate toilet room, which is really nice. You can do that sort of thing when you get into a boat of this size. And then as I go forward, we've got the cushions turned up for you know, storage and keep mildew off, what have you. But this is a nice big V-berth. Those are cockpit cushions out here, which are all in really good shape. And then you've got storage underneath. And then in front of that bulkhead, you've got a big deck storage on the yacht itself. So now I'm turning back around and walking out, and turning right. And as you can see, the steps, there's the escape hatches underneath the steps. The floors are really nice. They're Stratafill floors, which was really popular at the time. It's not a real wood, but it's a composite type of material. Okay, so then I'm stepping down the stairs into the owner's hull and turning aft on the port side, and as you can see, you have this huge owner's suite with a big open bulkhead. You have a desk on the right side in front of the bedroom area, and again you've got this very large bed. Got storage on either side, 2 ports, an opening window hatch over the deck, storage on either side, big cabinet at the foot of the bed. And then amidships, you've got mechanical storage and things for air conditioning and such. Again, looking there, and all the way forward, you've got storage amidships on either side. Again, all quality handmade cabinets. It's all beautifully done, foam core closets. And you've got one of your 2 electrical panels here. And then forward of this, you have the big owner's shower. So you've got a separate enclosed shower, plexiglass windows across it, a sink, a washer dryer, and then the toilet on the outboard side of the hull, and then big storage cabinets underneath. And I'm standing here, I'm 6'1", and I've got a lot of headroom above me, so it's a big, spacious, comfortable owner's master cabin and shower. Really, really nice. This door here, which separates the saloon from the master cabin, slides closed so that this whole cabin can be closed off, which is in vogue now with all the owner version boats that are being built. And then again, I'm turning now and walking up into the main saloon. Walking across all the way over to the galley. Panning starboard port across the saloon. Big, big space. This is definitely the Salon. The size of the Salon is much larger than on the Switch 51 because she is a 55-footer, so the entire boat is longer, faster, has better payload capacity than her baby sister. But an equally good sailor. These are really exceptional sailing boats. I actually once participated in the delivery of the Switch 51 across the Atlantic, and the boat performed admirably in Tropical Storm Dean with our crew, and just a superb boat, a lot of fun to sail. And then I turn and walking out on deck, and I'm into the cockpit. You've got really nice real teak flooring. The way this is set up is it's got a traveler that runs across the aft beam. He's got a couple of solar panels over the davits and then the tender underneath. It's fully equipped, obviously, for world voyaging. And he's got two little seats out on the outboard side, which are fun. You've got some sheeting here for your headsels. A really isinglass cover, a nice cockpit table, big spacious cockpit, and then you've got two large lockers in the cockpit floor. The way we did the trampolines at Switch during this time was pretty cool. We would do a frame, and then we would put trampoline underneath the bimini, and then canvas over the top, so you can walk over the entire bimini, which is really kind of neat. I'm surprised more people don't do that. A lot of people insist on having a hard top, but you can walk all over the top of this. It's just quite a light solution for a high-performance catamaran like this. Then walking forward on the decks, they're nice big flat decks. The uppers and lowers come to the outboard side, so it's a clear pathway forward. You've got your substantial dagger board. Over here you've got your topping lift and your first reef, third reef and first reef for the boom. Walking forward on deck, the cosmetic condition of the boat is absolutely exceptional for her age. She was completely all gripped just this past year for about $49,000, something in that range. I've got all the receipts for the boat. He spent an extraordinary amount of money to make the boat ready for another circumnavigation. She just looks fantastic. As you can see, her paint is all fresh. It looks like a new boat from the outside. You've got your large windlass here, two exceptionally large deep walkers here. And these boats are set up as a cutter rig, so you have a permanent storm jib, a smaller jib, and then you've got a generator. In addition to that, you've got a bowsprit to carry either a screecher or an asymmetrical spinnaker. The deck locker hatches are oversized, and both of these bows are just complete cavities for storage. So it's really nice. You can get sails in and out of there real easily. And I'm actually looking back now on the port deck. You've got your traditional main and stack pack. It's an exceptionally tall rig. This is the sort of boat that you give it any kind of wind in the 7 knot plus range on a beam reach or whatever, and she'll be doing wind speed easily. This is a boat for the kind of person that wants to be sailing most of the time, not motoring. She's a true sailor. It's got high bridge deck clearance, dual boards. It's a real voyaging boat for somebody that wants to put some miles under their belt and have a smooth ride at relatively high speeds. It's the sort of boat that's going to average 10 to 12 knots without much difficulty on a passage. These are the huge engine hatches for the boat. Big long stern. See if I can open this up. So you've got your large Yanmar engines here. You've got a generator up there in an enclosed compartment. Dual filter systems from Raycor. You can see here the steering quadrant. It's all really well done. Again, the davits, and then looking back at the cockpit. This is a really exceptional boat. Again, for somebody that really wants to go sailing. That concludes the vessel walkthrough of the Switch 55 Fantasia.